Welcome back to the Bad Influence podcast, where we show you how to take control of your life without the bullshit. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, Bjordan Banderas. If you think uncovering your real, unfiltered self is some breezy walk in the park, I've got news for you. It's more like charging into a raging storm. Because digging into your deepest emotions isn't for the faint of heart. It demands guts, grit, and a willingness to stand in the eye of your own chaos. We all crave authenticity, but how many of us are ready to wade through the messy, raw side of ourselves? The side that doesn't fit society's neat little boxes. Most people prefer the comfort of a shallow identity, never daring to scratch below the surface. But today, I'm here to light a fire under you to stop playing small. You have a bigger self inside, a restless beast demanding freedom. The question is, will you brave the storm of your emotions to unleash it, or keep cowering in the shadows? If you're ready for the real talk, no sugarcoating, no half-ass solutions, then buckle up. Because we're about to dissect how facing your internal madness can set you free, forging a badass you didn't even know existed. But let's nail down the root issue. Too many of us live behind masks, built from other people's expectations, friends, family, coworkers, social media. You get so used to playing the roles, good kid, cool friend, reliable employee, that you lose sight of who the hell you actually are. Eventually, you forget you even have a unique voice under that layer of shoulds. You wonder why life feels hollow, why you're restless, why you're bored, even if everything looks fine on the outside. And let's not kid ourselves. Letting go of those masks is fucking terrifying. If you build your world around other people's approval, stepping out of that comfort zone can feel like ripping off armor in the middle of a battlefield. But if you don't shed that fake identity, you're essentially caging your truest, boldest self. I've been there. Trust me. At one point, my own voice felt buried under everyone else's demands. Family wanted me to chase a stable career. Friends expected me to stay the same old me, never rocking the boat. Before I knew it, I was living someone else's blueprint. When I finally realized I was suffocating, I had no clue where to start digging. My identity was entangled in external validation. Therapy was a turning point. It forced me to face the neglected parts of myself, the ones I'd silenced because I thought they didn't measure up to the world's standards. At first, it felt like standing in a hurricane. Raw, brutal, disorienting. But by braving that internal storm, I found clarity. I let go of old habits, learned to manage my swirling emotions, and discovered that beyond the noise, my real self was waiting impatiently. That's the power of diving deep. It's not neat. It's not simple. It's chaotic as hell. But you emerge tougher, more grounded, and damn proud of who you've become. But let's unpack why facing your emotional turmoil is the only path to genuine liberation. It's a journey that leads to a sense of relief and empowerment, knowing that you have the strength to face your inner storms. In this journey, you'll learn many things, like your emotions are not your enemies. They're signals. Anger, fear, shame. This can be neon signs pointing to unresolved issues or neglected passions. By pushing them away, you silence the alarm and let problems fester. When you face these emotions head on, you glean insights about what drives you and what holds you back. This clarity cracks open your comfort zone, paving the way for expansion. It's like storm chasing, dangerous but undeniable thrilling. The growth and excitement that comes from this progress can be a powerful motivator on your journey to self-discovery. You'll also learn how weathering emotional storms forces you to develop resilience. If you want to be unstoppable, you can't crumble every time life tosses a curveball. No, you cannot do that. Because confronting your inner chaos is like weight training for the soul. Painful, but essential for strength. This process builds resilience, making you feel strong and capable in the face of life's challenges. And lastly, once you learn to navigate your internal storms, external pressures lose their bite. If you can handle the hurricane inside, no sideways glance or snarky comment from the outside world can derail you. You'll also have to do things that you never done before, like calling out what's really nagging you. It might be jealousy, regret, or insecurity, but don't let it lurk in the shadows. Write it down. Say it out loud, whatever it takes to drag that demon into the light. Once you name it, you're already stealing half its power. And you might wonder, why bother with this? Because the fear feeds off the unknown. Clarity kills anxiety. I want you to remember this phrase. Clarity kills anxiety. When you can point to the exact beast you're wrestling, it shrinks down to a size you can handle. Next, set up a space where you can let it all out without feeling judged. It could be a cozy corner in your room, a therapist's couch, or even just your car park at night with some music on. As long as you feel safe to unload whatever's churning inside. Do it. I've done this in my car, in my house with my wife. I've done it. I let it all out. And trust me, you need somewhere to blow off steam so you don't erupt at random people who don't deserve it. That's why I did this. Think of it like a controlled burn that prevents the entire forest from going up in flames. Then you gotta build up emotional intelligence. Don't freak out about the term. It just means knowing what triggers you and choosing how to react instead of snapping on autopilot. Meditation, journaling, or even a quick pause before you lash out can do wonders. It has done wonders for me. And the payoff of doing this is that you start taking the wheel of your life, rather than letting your knee-jerk reactions steer you into a ditch, which right now, a lot of people are doing that. So when you do this, you become intentional, like a boss conductor orchestrating your thoughts instead of letting them run wild like a fucking child. Once your head's a bit clear, it's go time. Ask yourself what bold move you've been putting off. Maybe it's a new project, ending a toxic situation, or finally saying no to extra baggage you never wanted in the first place. Don't worry if it feels scary. Start small if you need to. Each tiny step in line with your genuine self cranks up your confidence. You're not just talking about living authentically, you're actually doing it. But you can't do this all on your own. Life is like a video game. You need tools to get to the next level. First up, the emotion wheel. It's basically a chart of emotions, and it's super handy when you're stuck in the fog of, I don't even know what I'm feeling. Everybody goes through this. And when you use this wheel, finding the right label for your mood is weirdly calming and stops you from spiraling. Second, Time vent sessions. Give yourself 10 minutes a day to let it rip. Cry, yell, scribble on paper, whatever. When time's up, you stop. This way, the negativity doesn't hijack your entire day. Then there's finding an accountability buddy. Someone you can text or call when you're about to lose your cool or fall back into old habits. They don't have to fix you, but just having someone who gets it can keep you on track. Last, micro bravery challenges. Every day, pick one small but intimidating thing. Speak up in a meeting, try a bold outfit, whatever feels like a stretch. Each time you push yourself, you prove you're way stronger than you give yourself credit for. You might wonder, but what if I can handle my own intensity? This is something that I wondered myself because I'm very intense. I'm way too intense. Well, that's the fear talking. And ironically, the only way to know your limits is to stretch them. Emotional storms are rarely as lethal as your imagination claims. I'm busy. Do I really have to do all this internal work? Yes. But let me put it this way. You can spend decades patching external problems or invest in your internal resilience right now, today. One path leads to endless band-aids. The other to genuine transformation. Oh, but what if people judge me for changing? They might. Humans fear what disrupts their status quo. But the real question is, are you more loyal to their comfort or your potential? If these doubts are popping up, remember, they're just mental speed bumps, not brick walls. Change isn't a one and done affair. It's a lifestyle. You don't just do the inner work for a few weeks and then revert. No. You integrate new insights daily, refining your approach as you evolve. Set periodic checkpoints, monthly or quarterly reflections on how you've grown, what's still unresolved, and what new challenges you're ready to tackle. This keeps your evolution from stalling. And never forget, the storm will revisit. Emotions ebb and flow. Each new challenge tests your resilience anew, and each time you conquer that test, you become more unbreakable. So here's the bottom line. Unlocking your true self demands stepping into the storm fully, fearlessly, and with zero apologies. It's about facing your buried emotions, shaking off society's suffocating expectations, and forging a raw, authentic identity. Yes, it will be messy. You'll question yourself, maybe shed a few tears. But on the other side lies freedom. The freedom to speak, the freedom to act, and the freedom to live in ways that resonate with your core. That's the badass you were always meant to be. And that's it for today. Share this episode with anyone tired of faking it or silently suffering behind the mask. Because the more we stand up, own our storms, and find our voices, the more the world morphs into a place where authenticity isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. This is the Bad Influence Podcast with Bjordan Banderas, reminding you that real power isn't about controlling others, but mastering the tempest within. Because once you conquer your inner chaos, nothing outside can shake you. Hit subscribe, leave a review, and gear up to face the lightning in your own soul. It's time to transform your pain into purpose, your confusion into clarity, and your self-doubt into unstoppable drive. Go out there and unleash the storm. The choice is yours.